Well, everyone around you will tell you what coding questions to practice for TCS NQT, but absolutely no one tells you the stupid tiny mistake that will actually get you rejected. Today, I'm breaking down the exact trap that you will face during the exam and the tiniest detail you need to focus on right now, both while preparing and while sitting in that hot seat. Hi guys, welcome back to Apti Champ. And if you want to clear your coding round, not just for TCS but for any major placement exam this season, make sure you watch this video till the very end and hit the like button. Do subscribe if you haven't yet, and let's straight dive into it. First, let's look at the battlefield, the exam pattern you have to attend to coding question. The question one will be for 35 minutes and will be probably an easy level question. On the other hand, the question 2 you can attend it in 55 minutes and it might be an easy to medium level question. So in all about you have 90 minutes to attend the two coding question. The point number 1 is to choose your programming language. The moment the coding screen appears, look at the top for selecting the programming language you are comfortable writing your code in. What happens is many a student ignore this and there will be some default language chosen and you would go on writing the code suppose in Python language, and when you hit the compile button you might end up realizing that the language chosen by default was C, and then you have to wipe out the entire code and rewrite it again. So make sure the first thing that you do is select the programming language. Next is to use the same class name mentioned in the question. Many a times at the start of the question itself, they have mentioned what class name you are supposed to use in this question. So don't use any other class name, else your program won't get compiled and you would end up getting tons of error in your code. Next thing is you have to code everything from scratch. It's not like what you did in lead code where you just used to fill in the function. This is the TCS NQT exam where you will just get a complete blank screen. You have to write everything from scratch, the import statements, the classes, main method, the input, the program logic, and the output statements. The next important thing is to not forget to write the import statement. As I told earlier, that you have to write the entire program from the very scratch. Make sure you don't forget to write the import statement, because what happens is you are used to writing the coding questions in platforms like VS Code or Lead Code, where there is something called as autocomplete and you don't have to type the entire code over there, but yours it's a different. So suppose you are using Java as your language, make sure you are using the scanners to take the inputs, and make sure you are importing those statements. If it is C++, don't forget to use uh, the import statements like hash include bits std c++.h, and then using namespace std. If it's Python, don't forget to use maths or numpy if it's included in your program. The next thing is, while you are preparing for your coding round, make sure you learn the multiple input statements. For example, if it's Java, learn the different types of input methods like the scanners and the buffered readers. For C++, the cin, get lines. Python, of course, we have inputs. Next is, try to understand the input pattern carefully. It's not quite simple every time. Sometimes it's just the integers that you have to import. Sometimes they will ask you to take inputs in string format. It might be an array matrix. So the input patterns are different, and you might even end up using 2 to 3 loops to take the inputs. So read the question very, very carefully, go through it twice, and understand the input pattern that they are asking for. Next thing is learn the common conversions. Now, what they will do is they'll ask you to take inputs in one pattern, but the program language needs the input in another. So, suppose they will ask you to take the inputs in string, but you have to convert them into integers to perform and apply logic to it. Sometimes it might be string and then long. Many a times they will give you a string and you have to use the inputs as an array character, and there are multiple, like you need to know about how to convert character into ASCII code, the uppercase into lowercase. So make sure you are preparing for those as well. Next thing is, don't ignore the exception handling. Many times you have to even write the error statements as they mention in the program. You will have to use the exception handling concepts of try catch blocks. So while preparing, make sure you study those two. You have to identify the correct portion of code that you have to put in the try block, and then also display the error statements for certain inputs or for certain exceptional cases. Thing is, please do read the given constraints clearly. Sometimes they might give you that the input pattern will start from 2 and it might go till 1000, so you should not end up writing the logic that will handle it from 0 or 1. So make sure you are reading the question carefully for whatever the time and space complexity things. Next thing is about the output format. Make sure you understand in what format you have to display your output. Even an extra space, comma, or full stop can lead to error in your programs. So read it carefully in what pattern you have to display, like if it's in single line or in multiple line, how many spaces you have to add. Read everything carefully. The next important thing that I want to warn you about is that the TCS compilers are slow. Yes, it takes time to compile your program, so you have to be quick in building the logic as well as in writing your programs. The next thing I want to tell is about what steps you can follow while preparing for the coding round. The first thing being write the programs from the very scratch, because that's what you have to do in your exam. Don't copy while practicing, and try writing everything, the input, output, class, the main methods, everything. And make sure you are practicing minimum of 5 complete programs every day. Take references of previous coding questions that were asked, or just follow the Strivers TCS NQT coding sheets. But at least try to practice minimum of 5 coding questions daily. That's it for today's video. Thank you for watching, and if you have any doubt, please do drop them into the comment section and I will try my best to answer all of them. Don't forget to smash the like button, do subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more placement update. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.